Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki jai. Nityal Pavishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shila Gurudev ki jai. Nityal Pavishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityal Pavishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Sai Maharaj Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Nityal Pavishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shishimar Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nityal Pavishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shishimar Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nityal Pavishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada ki jai. Nityal Pavishta Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nityal Pavishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nityal Pavishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Padadasa Gunath Shar Gosai Prabhu ki jai. Shri Swarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namachay Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gura Mandala Bhajana Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradati Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki jai. Shri Amuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Jai Shri Krishna Chandra ki jai. Shri Arjuna ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad-gītā ki jai. Jai Shri Gītāmṛtam ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Sorry, my internet connection's been really strange today. Really difficult time getting it. Oh man. Hopefully this works okay. Let me see. The Wi-Fi for some reason it keeps on going up and down and up and down. Anyhow, hopefully this works. So tomorrow is Mokshada Akadashi and also the Gita Jayanti, the day that everybody celebrates. Krishna speaking the Bhagavad-gītā to Arjuna. I remember reading something somebody posted last year about how there's no scriptural reference or anything that today is, or that tomorrow is the day that Krishna spoke Bhagavad-gītā, but I don't know if that's true. Maybe there is something, and maybe all of our acharyas follow this, but really it doesn't make a difference to me. Like whether Krishna spoke Bhagavad-gītā on Mokshada Akadashi or not, it's nice that we have a day that we can all celebrate and focus on Bhagavad-gītā. And I just remember seeing somebody write something about that, but I'm not sure if it's at all true, as I said. But yeah, I just recently saw this very nice looking book called Gītāmṛtam. I think they published it very recently. Is published by the disciples of what's his name? Is it Bhakti Gaurav Nrsimha Maharaj? Anyways, B.G. Nrsimha Maharaj, the Rupanuga Bhajana Ashrama, and they compiled different classes that Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Mahārāja gave on various verses from the Gita, and they compiled it all into one book. So I've never read any of this, but I thought we can read from this in honor of Gita Jayanti. Hari Bol Rukmini Didi, and Nri Hari Prabhu Bhavatarani Mataji, Chattamai Mataji, and everybody else who's joining. Let's see, let me know if the internet connection gets it's too choppy. I don't see any comments yet, but I see a few people have joined on YouTube and Facebook. But anyhow, and pranams. So if you write your name, if you write a comment, then I'll see who you are. But also pranams to all devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi, Jayadev Prabhu, Krishna Rose, Ananda Pradayini, Vrinda Didi, and everybody else. Okay, cool. It's working smoothly. Didi said. Cool. Alright, so I'm gonna share my screen. Oh, and we should do some kind of Mangala Charan. Do they have any kind of Gita? Yeah, there's an auspicious invocation here. Never seen that pranam mantra before. Is there any kind of Mangala Charan thing for the Gita? No, there isn't. Okay, well, we'll have to, at least we have for the Śrīla Gosvāmī. So, okay. Anyhow, I'm just gonna do a quick Mangala Charan. Ajnānatimirandasya Jnānanjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo mahavadanyaya Krishna prema pradayate Krishnaya Krishna chaitanya namne gauratvishe namaha. He Krishna karuna sindho dinabandho jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vrindayai Tulsi Devai Priyayai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasin. Sorry, I just said that. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and let's see. There is a pranam mantra in this book for Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja. Let's look at that. Okay, it says Devam Devyat. No, sorry. Okay. Devam Devyatanum Suchanda Vadanam Palarka Chelanchitam Sandranandapuram Sareka Varanam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Shri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Sarasvatanam Varam Vandetam Shubhadam Areka Sharanam Nyasishwaram Śrīdharam. So this is a pranam mantra for Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara. It says, his speech is most charming and his form is adorned with garments that resemble the hue of the early morning sun. He is the abode of condensed transcendental bliss, the principal choice amongst devotees, and a veritable ocean of renunciation and knowledge. He is a treasure house of pure Siddhanta, resplendent with beautiful devotion, and is foremost among the followers of Saraswati Thakur. I offer my obeisances unto that leader of sannyasis, Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Mahārāja, who bestows auspiciousness and is my sole shelter. And then, Vande Shri Guru Gaurango Radha Govinda Sundaro Sagano Giyate Chatha Gītāmṛtam Gauravam. So Śrīla Gosvāmī Mahārāja wrote this verse. It says, offering obeisance to Shri Guru Gauranga, Radha Govinda Sundar, and their associates, I sing the glories of the hidden treasure of the Bhagavad-gītā. And then there's also one pranam mantra. Is it Sarvapanishado Gavo Dogda Gopalanandana? Is that how it goes? Yes. So there's this. I'm just looking at my Param Gurudev's article. Shri Gito Upanishade Atma Nivedana. Self-surrender in the Bhagavad-gītā. And he quotes this verse. Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopalanandana Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gītāmṛtam Mahat. So this Gita Upanishad, Bhagavad-gītā, the essence of all the Upanishads, is just like a cow, Gavo. And Lord Krishna, who is famous as a cowherd boy, is milking this cow. That son of a Gopal, of a Gopalanandana, Dogta. He is the milker of this cow. And Arjuna is just like a calf, Partho Vatsa. And the learned scholars and pure devotees are to drink this nectarian milk of Bhagavad-gītā. Sudhir Bhokta. So the Sudhi, those who are intelligent, or the saintly, intelligent people, Sudhi. Bhokta, they are the enjoyers or drinkers, I guess. Right? Dugdam. Or no, it's saying Partha. Partha is the calf who is drinking, right? I guess. And then Dugdam Gītāmṛtam Mahat. The Mahat. We know the word Mahat. So the Mahat, they drink Dugdam, this milk of Gītāmṛtam. Hey, this says Gītāmṛtam also. That's the title of the book that we're reading. Okay. And this article by my Param Gurudev is very fascinating. He says, the speaker of Gita, which is part of Mahabharata, is Devaki Nandan Shri Vasudeva. However, in the above verse, it is said, Dogdha Gopalanandana. That is, the milkman, the speaker, is Goparaj Nandan. That's Krishna. It is thus clearly understood that Vrajendra Nandan Vrindavan Bihari Śrī Kṛṣṇa alone is the speaker of Śrī Gita. Although he has spoken Gita in his Vasudev form, his own statements have revealed his real Rasamoy Swarup. Our Goswamis have indicated in their literatures that another name of Mother Yashoda is Devaki, and Devaki Putra, the son of Devaki. And Devaki Putra, the son of Devaki, is another name of Yashoda Putra. In Radha Krishna Ganadashtrika gives a verse which explains how, because Devaki and Yashoda have the same name, because Yashoda's other name is Devaki, they naturally share a friendship or something like that. And it's written in some Purana, I think, and quoted by Rupa Goswami. So, although Devaki Putra Vasudeva is apparently the speaker of Śrī Gita, Śrī Nanda Nandan Krishna is the actual speaker. And then he goes and explains the hidden meaning of what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad-gītā, which is all full of full of very rasik, deep meanings. Alright, so that is from our Param Gurudev's article. So now we begin Gītāmṛtam. Alright. Oh, let's read the introduction. It's always good to do that. I think it's always good to do that, just to know a little bit about the book. So, preface. Actually, we don't need to read all of this, because this is just... Okay. Introduction. Okay, let's read the introduction, not the preface. Offering obeisance unto the lotus feet of our Guru Varga, our Gurudev, Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Mahārāja, our Param Gurudev, Śrīla Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the crest jewel of Paramahamsas, Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja, we present this book, Gītāmṛtam, the nectar of Bhagavad-gītā for the transcendental pleasure of the swan-like devotees of Śrī Chaitanya Dev. Śrīmad Bhagavad-gītā needs no introduction. This celebrated conversation between Śrī Kṛṣṇa and Arjuna is known the world over as one of the most important texts of spiritual knowledge. Recognizing its significance, great Vaishnavacharyas such as Madhva, Ramanuja, Vallabh, Baladev Vibhushan, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and in more recent times, Śrīla A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada have written extensive commentaries elaborating on the Gita's philosophy of Shuddha Bhakti and Sharanagati. Similarly, in 1985, Śrī Chaitanya Saraswat Mat published Bhagavad-gītā of the Sweet Absolute, which included concise commentaries by Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja on 15 verses of the Gita. However, like the fabled Chatak bird, many devotees who read and appreciated these words were left thirsting for more nectar from his divine grace. This book, Gītāmṛtam, is our humble attempt to help quench that thirst. Gītāmṛtam is comprised of 30 Gita that Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja frequently discussed, with illuminations extracted from his many talks given between 1980 and 1987. We have endeavored to publish as much original content as possible, but those readers who are already familiar with the works of Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja will notice that some sections of Gītāmṛtam may be found in other publications. We pray that our readers will not consider this to be a fault. Repetition that conveys profound spiritual truth is never undesirable. Such reiteration allows sadhaks to constantly reflect upon and increase their own understanding of transcendental subject matters. In the near future, by the blessings of Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava, we hope to publish 2 more volumes, Bhagavatamritam, the nectar of Śrīmad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanyamritam, the nectar of Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita. Very cool. I look forward to those 2 books. Publishers. Alright, so let's begin. And let's look at the table.
I just wanted to say that there is another book subsequently that was made subsequently to Gītāmṛtam, which is commentaries of Śrīla Śrīdhara Mahārāja on 100 famous verses. So, but yes, I haven't seen the other 2 books they mentioned, and I think that this one was published separately, a separate effort. But one subsequent book that I know of is this 100 verses.
Wow, very cool. We'll have to check that one out. And so they're just verses from all different places, right?
Yes, they're all mixed.
Cool. Wow, I'm so happy that they're still continuing to publish more nectar from Śrīla Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja. It's very... Yeah, he's always one of my favorite Vaishnava. Like, all his books are my favorite literature. So let's see the okay, so it's organized according to first drop of nectar, second drop of nectar, third drop of nectar. Okay. It goes all the way up to 30th. Alright, so the first drop of nectar is Bhagavad-gītā 240. Neha vikrama nashosti pratyavayo navidyate swalpamapasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Svalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. There is no loss, nor is there any diminution of, there's no diminution, diminution of result in performing this dharma.
Diminution.
Diminution. Nor is there any diminution of result in performing this dharma. Even the slightest effort saves one from the greatest fear. So, illumination. Happiness comes automatically. We do not want any misery, but still it comes. Pleasure also comes automatically. In course of time, it is so set. We do not want pain, still pain comes. We may not want happiness, still happiness will come. The law of life is wandering in such a way, up and down, pleasure and pain. Tasyaiva hetu prayateta ko vido nalabhyate yad brahmatam uparyata talabhyate dukkavad anyata sukham kalena sarvatra gabhira ranghasa. One who is learned should only endeavor for that purpose which cannot be achieved by wandering from the top of the stairs to the bottom of it. As distress, mundane happiness is also acquired in all circumstances without any endeavor due to the law of karma through the subtle force of time. And that's from the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 5, verse 18. So without any endeavor, mundane happiness is also acquired, just like distress in all circumstances. It is all due to the law of karma through the subtle force of time. Okay. So we must not care for pleasure or mundane happiness. We must take a risk. We must take a leap. Take advantage of sadhu sangha. Our Guru Maharaj, he's referring to Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, established centers for sadhu sangha and shastra, which are necessary for a devotee to take him towards the highest goal. Without sadhu sangha and sadhu seva, one cannot go there. So he created so many places. What he did was revolutionary. When people cannot earn freedom of the country, when people cannot earn freedom still to go. He made such arrangements and called everyone to join. Come, whatever little you can acquire there, that is incomparable with any acquisition of this mundane world. One second, just looking at it. Oh, now it's a bit choppy, huh? Dang. Let me just check the internet connection really quickly. It's gonna go up and down this whole morning. Really frustrating. Looks like it's starting to come back. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Oh god. Yeah, for some reason I'm only getting one bar. Anyhow, sorry guys. Oh wow, that's really bad. Anyways, just continue on. Hopefully, that's really low. Okay, anyhow. For sadhu sangha, and for the advantage of so much facility, we must take a risk. And for whatever period of time we can utilize, that is of infinite value. It will fetch something, some coin of infinite character, and this mundane flickering is to be killed. It is nothing. No risk, no gain. I am getting sadhu sangha. Whenever I am getting cultivation about the Lord and knowledge of the scriptures, then I must run towards that. But like a child learning to walk, there may be one or two falls. Sometimes one will fall down. But if one does not take the risk of walking for fear of falling down, one will never learn how to walk. So take some risk, and if you fall down and get some pain in the limbs, it cannot be avoided. Don't be afraid of that. Whatever you will do is a very high and valuable thing. That cannot be had here and there. Don't lose that chance simply for name, fame, and a peaceful life. By observing model rules, we hope to get a happy, favorable position in the course of going up and down. But we will get nothing by maintaining that position. We must take a risk. Tyaktva swadharma charanam bhujam harer Bhajana pagvo tapatit tata yadi yatra kva va bhadram abhud damushyakim ko varta apto bhajatam sadharmata. One who has forsaken, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, also from the same chapter 5, this is verse 17. Forsaken his material occupations to engage in the devotional service of the Lord, may sometimes fall down while in an immature state. There is no being. On the other hand, engaged in occupational duties does not gain anything. Just checking the internet connection now. I think it's working better. Okay, yeah, now it's working. See, it goes up and down. It's really frustrating. Okay. Millions of times, from infinite time immemorial, I am moving, going up and down. What is the benefit of maintaining a position in that cycle? Come out of this vicious circle, taking an step, and in consideration of the improvement of nature, he holds some contemptible position. It does not matter. What little he has earned, that is the real thing, and that will help him. This going up and down for eternal time has got no value at all. Arjuna asked Krishna, if anyone dies before attaining full realization, before attaining siddhi, then are the things he acquired lost? Then the Lord said, no, whatever you have acquired, that will be kept. Again in the next birth, that will come to help you. Whatever has been acquired is eternal. It cannot be destroyed. Kaunteya pratijani. O son of Kundi, O Sati, declare it, that my devotee never perishes. That's in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā, verse 31. The assurance is given by Krishna. Even if he has come to me only for the time being, he has taken some medicine before leaving, so ultimately, he must come back to me again. Following Mahaprabhu's advice to help others, it may be found in rare cases that the doctor approaches with a good heart to cure the patient, but he himself dies. It is also not impossible. It is not desirable. When one organizes a party for relief work, some soldiers may be sacrificed. The victorious party will also have to incur some loss when fighting with the enemy. Similarly, in the mission, some soldiers may be asked to approach rich men and women. Therefore, some may be lost. But their loss will be for the time being, and again they will come back. We expect them to come back again, because once someone has a taste, he will not be able to forget that. Similarly, if one who has given up his householder life takes sannyas, but could not keep up that life of continuous Krishna bhakti and Guru bhakti, and falls down and again comes to take a wife, whatever he did in those few days is nirgun, is transcendental. But in the consideration of society, a man who took sannyas but could not keep it up is rejected. oh, he is a vantashi. He is one who eats his own vomit. He has fallen. He went to fulfill his ambition, but he could not keep the purity of life, so he should be avoided. But that has no meaning in this case. What is to take the risk by service of this quality can save him from a great dreadful future. That is not to be compared to any loss or gain of this world. That is different from the gain of this mundane world. That is nirguna and will remain permanent. A bit of that higher thing will help him greatly in the journey of his eternal life. The physical and mental is a non-important phase of life, but the wealth acquired in the area of the soul, that is all important. The taste of the highest quality of such things, a small portion is enough and will fulfill our highest purpose of life. The least connection with that has inestimable gain. Won't leave you. For the time being, may be suppressed a little, but it cannot be finished. It is an eternal character. It has connection to the eternal aspect of the universe. It is a pratihata. It is unchecked. We are to come near such a sort of existence. We are to come in connection with that plane of life. It is there. Only we are to have our connection. It is there. Only we are to have our connection with it. If we have come in connection with Krishna consciousness, our prospect is guaranteed, and it is only a question of time and different stages that we must pass through. Faith will help us to come out with flying colors under any eventuality. It is in this infinite universe, only faith in Him can save us. The highest intelligence will only take us to that sort of understanding. Wow, what an amazing explanation. So hope-giving. Okay, so now the second drop of nectar, Bhagavad-gītā 2:47. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhur ma te sangos tvakarmani. Your right is to perform your work, but never to the results. Never be motivated by the results of your actions, nor should you be attached to not performing your prescribed duties. Alright, so illumination. Long ago, one German scholar expressed his opinion that the Gita is the highest spiritual book, and his point was that the Gita clearly advises us not to correct the environment, but to correct our own self to adjust with the environment. That is the key of the advice of the Gita. Cure thyself. Therefore, the Gita says, Karmanyevadhikaraste. You have a responsibility only in discharging your duty, your quota. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You have your duty to do, but don't aspire after the result. It will come in its own way. You have no power to bring about change in the environment. That is the divine will. That is irremovable. That is the result of all the forces that are acting outside. You have no hands to interfere with that. That will only be a useless loss of energy. Try to correct yourself so that you can adjust with the circumstances outside. This is the key to success in life. The result depends on the external force. you'll have your contribution. There are thousands and thousands of contributions of others. And the result? That will create the environment. You may contribute, you may give up your quota, but whatever you will find, you will have to take that as the best, because it is the interference of the Absolute. You are doing something, but the result is another thing. So because I work for a particular result and I don't find that, should I be discouraged? No. Go on doing your duty. Whatever you're doing, contribute it towards the infinite, and He will shape it in His own way. Never aspire after any particular consequence for your action. Ma te sangos tvakarmani. At the same time, don't be idle. Don't be worthless. Go on discharging your duty, independent of any external consequence. Internal adjustment is to be considered as all important. We have to understand and follow how it is there. It does not depend on the environment or on the dealings of others. Ahaituki apratihata. None but my own ego. I am my greatest enemy, and I am my greatest enemy and my greatest friend. Friend or enemy are really in me. No outside force can check it if I am right. Of course, that may be enhanced for a beginner, but otherwise, that is also dependent on the nature of sukriti, spiritual merit. Nahi kalyana krit kaschid durgatim tata gacchati. The assurance is that I am there. I am there to look after any unfavorable consideration of anyone. I am omniscient. I am omnipotent also. If anyone is directed towards me, I look after him. So that's Krishna's assurance. I am there to look after any unfavorable consideration of anyone. I am omniscient. I am omnipotent also. If anyone is directed towards me, I look after him. This is also seen in history with Dhruva, Prahlad, and so many other cases. Nahi kalyana krit kaschid durgatim tata gacchati. Apprehension has got limitation, and that comes to improve our position. If we can take it in that way, everything comes to help us. In the Bhagavatam, it is said, Tatenu kampam susumikshamano punjana evatma kritam vipakam hridvag vapurbhir vidadhan namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadai bhak. Lord, this is prayers of Brahma to Krishna, chapter 14 of the 10th canto. So Brahma says, my dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and constantly paying respects unto you with his pure mind, body, and words, is certain to attain your lotus feet, the object of all devotion. Tatenu kampam susamikshamano. This is the most hopeful suggestion to us in all stages of life. Blame yourself and none else. Take this attitude. That is the perfect adjustment. Blame yourself for your past activities. Don't waste your energy to blame others, to throw mud in their face. Energy is only being wasted thereby. You must concentrate the whole of your energy on this side, that the blame is on you. Have appreciation for the Lord and His anukampa, His grace. We are taking it as undesirable because it does not suit my present taste. The medicine may not be tasteful for the patient. The diet also may not always be tasteful to a patient, but it is conducive to his wholesome health. This is the highest type of regulation of the Shastra. If you can take benefit from this law, in no time you will have a very good position. Whatever circumstance we find around us is earned by our own karma. The anomalies which I am facing are atma kritam. They are the product of my own actions. No one else is to blame. The first thing we have to face is that this is the truth. It is a stern reality. Not only are we to adjust ourselves with the present circumstances, but we have to advance more. That is what is more important. That is this is the necessary medicine at my present stage. We are to take it in that way. It is earned by me, so I am to be blamed, none else. Not only that, but the grace of the Lord is always present and eager to help me in the disguise of danger, in the guise of an unfavorable environment as I perceive it in my present experience. But that is also necessary medicine for my own disease, to cure madness. In such an optimistic way, not in a reluctant way. Even if the circumstances seem to be averse to me, that should be faced. We are face to face with our friend and not an enemy. We have to welcome any adversity with this spirit. Then it will immediately change its face. This is the highest type of medicine, to face danger as a friend. Wow. This is the highest type of medicine, to face danger as a friend. The first state is to accept that this is my own earning, not to blame for this. The second state is that it is the real necessity at this stage, the real medicine to uplift me, because no event can come without the sanction of the Absolute. Without his sanction, no movement is possible, and he is a friend and an affectionate guardian, through whose hand everything is passing to me. Tatenu kampang. Not to blame the circumstances, but to appreciate that it is he at the back. As my best friend, he is behind everything. Everything is passing through his attentive eyes, so there cannot be any defect there. No wrong can be found there. There must be something wrong in me which has come out in such a form. It is a necessity, so if he has sent this to me and I hesitate, I will have to suffer. So I must welcome it. This is coming from my Lord. Sorry, I didn't give the emphasis right, but it is a necessity. So he has sent this to me, and I hesitate. I will have to suffer, so I welcome it. This is coming from my Lord. With this attitude, we can approach circumstances of any type. Then at once, the sky will become clear. Suppose a boy is disturbing his affectionate mother, and the mother is going to punish him. If the boy comes to such a consciousness that, yes, mother, I have done wrong. You must punish me most fittingly. I know that I deserve such punishment. You punish me even more. So if the boy says like that, at once the mother's heart will be full of affection. No, no punishment. He is pardoned. He has come to his real consciousness. The mother cannot punish her son except to purify him. That is the necessity of punishment. So I guess we'll get a less reaction if we just accept it, that this is my due, then no punishment. The dispensation of the Absolute, no vindictive will in the background. The ultimate reality, without whose consent nothing, not even a straw, can move, is always alert in everyone's case. He is omniscient. He is omnipotent. He is all-merciful. We are not guardianless. We have found our guardian, and he is seeing everything. So, I need not be afraid of any misdeed and wrong intrigue against me. It is not an anarchical land. There is a good government, and the highest authority is my friend. He is sympathetic to me. He is everywhere, extending a sympathetic hand. Everywhere, in the most intense danger, his sympathetic hand is present. We are to take it. This should be our attitude, and this is the key to our solution. Wow, this is so beautiful. He is sympathetic to me. He is everywhere, extending a sympathetic hand. Everywhere in the most intense danger, his sympathetic hand is present. We are to take it. This should be our attitude, and this is the key to our solution. Wow, so beautiful. Okay, so now the third drop of nectar, Bhagavad-gītā 2:64. This seems like the type of book that is like not just something that you read through, but something that yeah. I mean, it's nice to read through it once just so that we know everything that's there, but it's that kind of book that has all these jewels that we can just keep on coming back to in all different circumstances. Okay, so now this verse from Bhagavad-gītā 2:64. Oh wait, it's already almost 8 o'clock. How long was this one? Maybe we should stop here. Or should we just read this one? Let's read this one because I started 10 minutes late anyways. And then we'll stop for today. Okay. Raga dvesha vimuktaistu vishayan indriyaishcharan atma vaishyar videyatma prasadam adhigacchati. This one isn't too long. So. However, one who can control his mind and senses, and is free from both attachment and repulsion, even while in the midst of sense objects, attains divine grace. Illumination. Externally and ignorantly, it may be seen that we are on a quest for dharma, artha, and kama. That means religiosity, wealth, and sense pleasure. But if it is examined deeply, then it must be found that we are eagerly searching only for rasam, sundaram, that means sweetness and beauty, satisfaction to the fullest, not for partial, temporary, so-called pleasure. Kama, artha, and dharma cannot satisfy our inner hankering. Emancipation from our present flickering hankerings is also not the goal. Moksha, liberation, is an artificial life. Mere liberation is for the negative side. Life must have its fulfillment. Everything has got its fulfillment, its necessary position. It is not meant for nothing. Zero cannot be the conclusion of the whole. To stay in a long, deep slumber is destructive and inconclusive. That cannot be the objective of creation or the object of our existence. You cannot separate yourself from the environment. It is not possible. That is death, or samadhi, the infinite slumber. That is not the answer. That is not life. That is no solution. You must live with many. You see that you are part of the whole, and disturbing you is your spirit of independence. You must try to save yourself and your so-called friends. God, save me from my so-called friends. Independence cannot solve the problems we are faced with. We think that by independence our problems may be solved, but that is wrong. No, you may think that independence will give you satisfaction of your inner heart, but this sort of thinking is your enemy. You think that if you get out of any circumstantial infringement, you will get freedom and you will be happy. Rather, the opposite is true. Any aspiration of independence is your enemy. We are to understand this. Apparently, this independence seems to be our friends. No, that is your real enemy, and you must learn how to live together. Here there's exploitation, and the opposite is dedication. So here there's exploitation, and the opposite is dedication, bhakti, surrender to the center. The other side must be searched, that chidvilas, that divine play. And how can we get that? We must give up that separate interest and enter into the undivided family, the guardian-ruled family. That has been advised to us, and we must not be afraid of the direction of that guardianship. That is wholesome and healthy. You should try to live in a joint family. You must be accommodating. You must correct your own nature. It is in a harmonious existence, not in a separate existence. To have a life in harmony, self-surrender is really necessary. Surrendering is your friend. Surrender can only give you relief and can get you the higher life. From your innermost heart, you'll be able to understand that. This is the advice of Bhagavad-gītā. This is the only this is the only remedy to improve our lot. And this is the highest theology in the whole world. This is not found anywhere so explicitly as it is suggested in Bhagavad-gītā, that you can't change the superficial circumstances. That does not mean that you are lost. Take your minds to your own thing without caring for the dualities of the world. You can't fight with them. That is to fight with your own shadow. You have affinity for something, you have rag, and you have jealousy for something, you have dvesh. Both affinity and jealousy are two kinds of prejudice, in favor and in opposition. You must conquer these sort of feelings and then march on to your goal. Otherwise, your energy will be hopelessly lost. This is the key to success in your life. Raga dvesha vimuktastu. In Bhagavad-gītā, Krishna has hammered this rag dvesh, this sympathy and apathy. Those two are your enemies. Be independent of those two enemies and concentrate upon your guardian, and understand that he is not partial. This is the first consideration you must have if you want real peace of mind. One who is liberated and independent of this sympathy and apathy to worldly events is indifferent in the way that he takes his food, bath, does his work, all these things, vishayan indriyaschcharan. He's more concerned towards the inner world, towards his soul, atma vashyayar. By the interest of his soul, he can control the interest of the mind, and that is in the interest of the world, vidheyatma, and he is sure to reach the plane of real peace, prasadam adhigacchati. We're at the ends now. It says 1 minute left in the chapter. Peace is independent of any incidents of the phenomenal world. It does not depend on the external events at all. It is a separate thing. One man may find peace of mind in very unfavorable circumstances, and another may not find peace in his mind even in very favorable circumstances. He is always in anxiety. He is in possession of something, but still he is thinking, I made it. The anxiety is making him suffer. So peace is independent. Real peace, which is the object of the search for all of us, is independent of the incidents that apparently seem to be favorable or unfavorable. Sukha dukhe same kritva labha labhao jaya jayo tato yudhaya yujyasva naibam papam avapsyasi. Maintain equanimity when faced with happiness and distress, gain and loss, victory and defeat. Fight, and in this way you will not incur impiety. That's the second chapter of Bhagavad-gītā, verse 38. This is the last paragraph. Whatever you do, don't entangle yourself in these superficial waves of the world. Don't care for that. Ignore them. Trample them under your feet. Create your mentality in such a way that you trample down this idea of favorable and unfavorable, and go on with your duty. That will fetch real value for your labor and energy. When you're devoting your energy 100% for his duty, don't care for success. If you're sincerely devoting your energy, that will be counted, and success or failure won't be counted for you. Be indifferent to the external events and go on internally discharging duty to him. Wow. All right. I'm excited for tomorrow to continue reading this. So tomorrow we will read the 4th drop of nectar. We'll continue reading on. All right. Jai. This is an amazing book. All right. So let's do a quick Maha Mantra and then we'll end. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Jai Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Srila Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Swaparshad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopikan Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Bhakti Rakṣaka Śrīdhara Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai. His this beautiful new book, Gītāmṛtam Ki Jai. Jai Shri Krishna Chandra Ki Jai, Shri Arjuna Ki Jai, Goparaj Nandan Krishna Ki Jai. And what is it? The Vatsa Arjuna Ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam, okay, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo, Vrindai Tulsi Devai, Priyai Keshavashacha, Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi, Satyavataya Namo Namaha, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sandubhevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha, Srimad Bhagavad-gītā Ki Jai. All the relishers of Bhagavad-gītā Ki Jai. Right. Dandavat Pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Rukmini Didi, Chatamai Mataji, and let's see on YouTube and Facebook. Sorry, I lost the window. There. Oh, Kishori Mohan Prabhu is there. Haribol. And Vidyalala Sadidi and Shripad Bhaktivedanta Sajan Maharaj. Dandavat Pranams Maharaj. And Vidyalala Sadidi, she says, this is such a nectarian and inspiring reading. And I see Sajan Maharaj there again under a different name. Right? Dandavat Pranams Maharaj. Alright. Yeah, isn't this an amazing book? So this book you can get on Amazon. The Kindle book in India is only 150 rupees. It's like $2, like a couple bucks. I don't know how much it is in the West, but yeah, such a wonderful book. I'm so excited about this. So thank you, Chatamai Mataji. Alright, so I'll see you all tomorrow to continue reading this wonderful book. And yeah, and it's also a small hardcover and very deluxe printing. I think it has like gold-plated pages, and like it was printed like very nice quality printing. So yeah, you can all go to Amazon, and yeah, because this seems like I said, this isn't the type of book that you just read through. It's a book that you keep with you, and you can keep on turning to for it whenever you go through difficult times or anytime. So many valuable instructions for day to day. So yeah, highly recommend everybody get this book. All right, see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before I end the stream? Okay, see you tomorrow.